portable reverse osmosis purification system is intended to be used as a dialysis accessory to hemodialysis equipment that produces water through reverse osmosis. As part of a water treatment system designed to meet current AMI guidelines and U.S. federal standards, the RO can be connected to hemodialysis equipment used in hospitals, clinics, and in-home environments in conjunction with the appropriate pre- and post-treatment units. The EON portable RO has optional heat disinfection cycles intended to disinfect the RO machine and product loop, as well as deliver heated water through connection tubing of a hemodialysis machine capable of tolerating high temperatures. This RO is not intended to heat disinfect the hemodialysis machine. This video will present an overview of the basic clinical operations of the EON. We will cover the following information in today's session: system identification and connections, starting and stopping the system, performing a single heat disinfection cycle, programming a storage heat disinfection cycle, understanding the heat forward process, basics of responding to an alert condition. Let's begin. First, basic system identification and connections. On the front of the EON, you have a handle and the operator's touchscreen. The operator's touchscreen has three distinct areas. At the top is the status bar that provides the screen title, the date and time, and any current process step. The middle section, depending on which process you are in, will contain operating parameters, operating information, instructions, warnings, alerts, and alarms. The bottom section contains buttons that allow the operator to navigate to different screens and perform a variety of functions. On the back of the EON, you will find the on-off switch and the power cord connection. Also on the back of the EON, you will find the feed water connection that will be connected to your pretreatment water components, the waste line that you will route to the drain, the product out and product return lines that will be connected to the inlet line of your dialysis delivery system. There is also a connection for the leak detector, which can fit in a slot underneath the base of the RO or be placed on the floor, and which will alert you if water is leaking from the RO. Starting and stopping the EON. To start the system, ensure the RO is hooked up to power, the inlet pre-treated feed water supply is open, and the waste line has been routed to the drain. Turn the power switch located on the back of the EON to on. The home screen will display 4 selection buttons, date and time, as well as the last heat disinfection date. To put the RO into the run mode, press the Run button. The RO will start a flush in divert mode, where the product water is diverted to the drain instead of the hemodialysis machine. The RO will not come out of divert mode until the flush is complete and the water quality is below the alarm set point. This flush may only take a minute or two, but depending on the quality of the incoming feed water, it may take longer. After the RO startup flush is complete and the product water is below the alarm set point, the divert valve will open and start supplying product water through the product water line. The display banner screen will show the text "Dialysis Water," indicating the machine is supplying water to the product water line. On this screen, you can view the product water quality, the product water temperature, the product water pressure, the product water flow rate, the percent rejection rate, the pump pressure, and the total session time. After 15 minutes of producing product water below the quality alarm limit, the banner on the top of the screen will turn green, indicating that the total chlorine test can be conducted. Test pre-RO devices to ensure they are operating within specifications. Stopping the run mode. To stop producing water and exit the run screen, follow these steps. From the run screen, press and hold the stop button for 2 seconds. The home screen will appear and the RO will start a flushing process and will display Stop Flush Active. After a 30-second flush, the icons on the bottom of the home screen will be displayed. Our third topic is performing a single heat disinfection cycle. Before we begin, please note that the EON has 3 separate heat modes of operation. Single heat, which will perform a one-time heat disinfection of the RO. Storage heat, which consists of running pre-programmed repeated heat disinfections of the RO at pre-selected intervals. And heat forward, which will allow you to send heated water greater than 80 degrees Celsius to the inlet line of the hemodialysis machine. In this next section, we will focus on performing a single heat process. The single heat process is intended to disinfect the RO and the product loop. Do not attempt to run the hemodialysis machine during the single heat process. From the home screen, press the Heat button. Press the Single Heat button. Once the product water temperature reaches 80 degrees Celsius, the heater inside the EON will maintain this temperature for 30 minutes. After the hold time is complete, the RO cools to below 40 degrees Celsius. The single heat and cool down process will take between 60 and 90 minutes. After cooling is complete, the next screen displays heat run past and indicates that the heat process was successfully completed. Press the Home button to return to the home screen. The home screen will display the last date of a heat disinfect. Our fourth topic will cover programming a storage heat disinfection cycle. The storage heat process is only intended to disinfect the RO and the product loop. Do not attempt to run the hemodialysis machine during the storage heat process. The storage heat mode consists of running repeated heat disinfection cycles at pre-selected intervals for a maximum period of 30 days. During the system storage heat, the unit performs a heat disinfection cycle as soon as the operator selects Start. Once the heat process is complete, the heater shuts off and the system cools to room temperature. The EON will remain in a standby mode until the next storage heat process starts or the machine is put into use or disconnected from power. The subsequent heat process will recirculate the water within the system. This process can continue for a maximum of 30 days or until the user selects Abort to end the process. To begin the storage heat process, start from the home screen and press the Heat button. Press the Storage Heat button. The EON will empty and fill the internal tank to the proper level with product water. Once this process is complete, the banner will read, Heat Trigger Setup. The operator can adjust the timing of the storage heat. To select the disinfection interval, touch the appropriate days. If the day of the week is visible, the RO will heat disinfect on that day. To adjust the time of day the disinfection process starts, press the Time of Day button. This is a 24-hour clock. The drain and RO feed water may now be disconnected and will not be needed again until the process is canceled or aborted. If relocating the EON, turn the power off using the power switch located on the back of the EON and disconnect the power cord from the outlet. Once moved to a new location, plug the power cord into an electrical outlet and turn the power switch on. The RO will return to the storage heat trigger setup screen. Press Start. The RO will immediately begin a heat disinfection regardless of the current time or day of the week. Once the process water temperature reaches 80 degrees Celsius, the heater maintains this temperature within the system for 30 minutes. After the hold time is complete, the RO will slowly cool down to room temperature. The RO will perform the pre-programmed heat disinfections each time the storage trigger entry time is equal to the current time displayed on the clock and the current day is visible on the screen. To abort the storage heat cycle, press the Abort button. The RO will exit from the storage heat and display one of the following screens depending on the product water temperature. If the RO is above 40 degrees Celsius, it will enter a cooling process after the Start button is pressed. If the RO is 40 degrees Celsius or less, it will advance to the Heat Run Past screen. Press the Home button and return to the home screen. Now let's move on to our fifth topic, understanding the heat forward process. The heat forward process will allow you to send heated water into the inlet line of the hemodialysis machine. It is not intended to disinfect the RO or the product loop. To do this, first attach the inlet water line of the hemodialysis machine to the product line of the EON. From the home screen, press the Heat button. Press the HF Heat Forward button. Then, place the hemodialysis machine into a rinse mode. The RO system will begin to produce a continuous flow of heated water. Once the temperature is achieved, then allow the heat forward process to operate for a minimum of 45 minutes as read on the exposure time counter. When the required exposure time has been met, turn off the hemodialysis machine. Once completed, press the Stop button on the EON. The RO will enter a cool-down mode. When the Accept button is displayed, press Accept and the RO will return to the home screen. Here are some additional tips when dealing with the heat disinfection mode of operation. Upon powering up the EON, or if the RO was in a storage heat process, the home screen may not be the first screen displayed. Press the Abort button if in the storage heat process, or press the Home button if in a single heat process. Our last topic is basics of responding to alert and alarm conditions. Should an alert or alarm condition occur, what kind of notification can you expect from the EON? Here are some examples of possible system notifications. Alerts are indicated by a yellow border around a specific parameter or reading on the display screen. An alert will activate when a measurement is out of range. If the out-of-range measurement persists, an alarm condition will be activated. If the measurement returns to acceptable parameters, the alert condition will clear. Example: low feed water pressure alert. The low feed water pressure alert will activate when the feed pressure is below 5 psi. This is an indication of a potential issue with the feed supply. The RO will continue to run as long as the pump is fed with the minimum volume of water for the operating conditions. But if the condition persists, a feed pressure alarm will occur. When an alarm condition occurs, the EON will provide an audio and visual indication of an alarm situation. The display will indicate the type of the alarm, the reason for the alarm, and provide actions to be taken to help resolve the alarm condition. There is a mute button that will silence the audible alarm. The audible alarm will remain silenced for 2 minutes, but will reoccur if the alarm condition has not been cleared. Example: feed pressure alarm. This device monitors the RO feed pressure and will alarm if the pressure is too high or if it is too low for the pump to maintain operating pressure. Here is another example of an alarm: product water quality alarm. This device, when running normally, continuously monitors product quality. If the product water quality reading increases to your facility settable alarm set point, the RO will stop and display the alarm screen. This concludes the training video. For more information about EON, please be sure to read the EON Operation and Maintenance Manual. If you have any questions, please contact us at 888-595-0666. Thank you for listening.